This video is presented by BuddhistQuotes.blogspot.sg. Then, at that moment, all of those bodhisattvas arose, placed their upper robe over one shoulder, set their right knee on the ground, and asked of the Blessed One, how much is the mass of merit of one Tathagata? The Blessed One spoke as follows: Children of the lineage, listen to the measure of the mass of merit of one Buddha. It is as follows. To make an analogy, as great as is the mass of merit of as many bodhisattvas abiding on the 10 levels as there are drops of water in the great ocean, and particles of dust on the planet Earth, and grains of sand in the Ganges River, the mass of merit of one Buddha is much greater than that. As for those sentient beings who hear this Sanghata dharma-paryayas, the mass of merit they will produce is much greater even than that. It is not possible to realize the limit of that mass of merit by counting. Sardashara, anyone who feels great joy at the moment when they hear these words will produce an immeasurable mass of merit. Then the Bodhisattva, the great being Sardashara, said to the Blessed One, who are those sentient beings who thirst tremendously for the Dharma? After he said this, the Blessed One spoke as follows to the Bodhisattva, the great being Sardashara, there are 2 sentient beings who thirst tremendously for the Dharma. If you wonder which those 2 are, Sardashara, they are as follows. One has an equal mind toward all sentient beings. The second, Sardashara, is anyone who after hearing the Dharma reveals it correctly and fully to all sentient beings equally. The Bodhisattva, the great being Sardashara, said, Blessed One, who after hearing the Dharma reveals it correctly and fully to all sentient beings equally. The Blessed One said, Sardashara, the first are those who, having heard the Dharma, wholly dedicate themselves to enlightenment. When one has wholly dedicated oneself to enlightenment, one thirsts tremendously for Dharma for the sake of sentient beings. Sardashara, the second are those who enter into the Mahayana. They are also always tremendously thirsty for the Dharma. Then the millions of devas, nagas, humans and Deviya daughters arose, placed their palms together in front of the Blessed One and addressed the Blessed One as follows. Blessed One, we too are tremendously thirsty for the Dharma. That being so, may the Blessed One completely fulfill our wishes and the wishes of all sentient beings. At that moment, the Blessed One displayed a smile. Then the Bodhisattva, the great being Sardashara, arose, placed his palms together and bowed down to the Blessed One. He addressed the Blessed One as follows. Blessed One, what is the cause of your smile? What is the condition? Then the Blessed One spoke to the Bodhisattva, the great being Sardashara, those sentient beings who came here will be completely enlightened in the unsurpassed, perfect and complete enlightenment. They will attain the full establishment of the objects of enjoyment of a Tathagata. The Bodhisattva Sardashara said, Blessed One, due to what cause and what condition will the sentient beings who came here be completely enlightened in the unsurpassed, perfect and complete enlightenment? The Blessed One said, It is good, Sardashara, very good that you thought to ask the Tathagata about this point. Therefore, Sardashara, listen to the distinctive qualities of dedication. Sardashara, at a time long past, countless eons ago, a Tathagata, an Arhat, a perfect and complete Buddha named Ratnashri, endowed with knowledge and good conduct, gone to bliss, knower of the world, unsurpassed guide of beings to be tamed, teacher of devas and humans, a Buddha, a Blessed One, arose in the world. Sardashara, at that moment, I was a Brahman youth. All those sentient beings whom I was leading to the gnosis of a Buddha at that moment, had become wild animals, and so at that moment, I made this prayer. May all the wild animals who are now completely tormented by suffering be reborn in my Buddha field. May I establish them all in the gnosis of a Buddha. And all those wild animals, having heard those words, said, May it be so. Sardashara, By this root of virtue these sentient beings have come here and will be completely enlightened in the unsurpassed, perfect and complete enlightenment. Thereupon, after hearing this greatly joyful thing from the Buddha, the Bodhisattva, the great being Sardashara said to the Blessed One, Blessed One, what lifespan is possible for those sentient beings? The Blessed One said, the lifespan of 80 eons is possible for those sentient beings. The Bodhisattva Sardashara said, Blessed One, how much is the measure of an eon? The Blessed One said, Child of the lineage, listen. It is as follows. To make an analogy, a man built an enclosure 12 yojanas in circumference and 3 yojanas in height, and completely filled that enclosure with nothing but sesame seeds. Then, whenever 1,000 years had passed, that man cast a single sesame seed out from that enclosure that was completely filled with sesame seeds. In such a manner, even when that man comes to the end of all those sesame seeds, and even the foundation and base of that enclosure no longer exist, still an eon would not have come to an end. Moreover, Sardashara, it is as follows. To make an analogy, there is a mountain 50 yojanas in depth and some 12 yojanas in height. Then a man built a house on the side of that mountain, and for a long time, when 100 years passed, that man would wipe it once with a cloth of Benares muslin. By his doing so, the mountain would come to an end. But even after it had, still an eon would not have come to an end. Sardashara, that is the measure of an eon. Then the Bodhisattva, the great being Sardashara, arose and addressed the Blessed One, Blessed One, if even one dedication produces a large mass of merit such that the lifespan of a happy life can become 80 eons, what need could there be to mention someone who offers an extremely great amount of reverential service to the teachings of the Tathagata? The Blessed One said, Listen, child of the lineage, if anyone who hears the Sanghata dharma-paryayas is able to have a lifespan of 84,000 eons, what need is there to mention one who has the Sanghata Sutra written out and who reads it? Sardashara, that one will produce an extremely large mass of merit. Sardashara, anyone who has a mind inspired with pure faith and makes heartfelt prostrations to the Sanghata Sutra will remember their past lives for 95 eons. They will become the wheel-turning king for 60 eons. Even in that lifetime, everyone will like them. Sardashara, their death will not be brought about by weapons. Their death will not be brought about by poison. They will not be harmed by black magic. Even at their time of death, they will see 99 million Buddhas directly, and, Sardashara, those Buddhas, those blessed ones, will say to that person, Holy being, because you have heard the great Sanghata Sutra dharma-paryayas explained well, therefore this mass of merit was created. And those 99 million Buddhas, the blessed ones, in their individual world systems will also make a prediction. If this is so, Sardashara, what need is there to mention anyone who hears all of this great Sanghata Sutra dharma-paryayas, completely and extensively? Not only that, they will reassure that person, saying do not fear. At that, the Bodhisattva, the great being Sardashara said to the Blessed One, Blessed One, when I too listen to the great Sanghata Sutra dharma-paryayas, what mass of merit will I produce, Blessed One? The Blessed One said, Sardashara, that sentient being too will produce a mass of merit as much as the merit of the number of Buddhas, Tathagatas, equaling the grains of sand in the Ganges river. He said, Blessed One, when I listen to the great Sanghata Sutra dharma-paryayas, I can't get enough of it. The Blessed One said, Sardashara, it is good, very good, that you are unable to get enough of Dharma teachings. Sardashara, since I too am unable to get enough of Dharma teachings, Sardashara, what need to mention that ordinary beings do not get enough? Sardashara, any son of the lineage or daughter of the lineage who generates faith in the Mahayana will not go to wrong migrations for 1,000 eons. For 5,000 eons, they will not be born as an animal. For 12,000 eons, they will not be bad-minded. For 18,000 beings, they will not be born among beings in a remote region. For 20,000 beings, they will be courageous in giving. For 25,000 beings, they will be born in the world of devas. For 35,000 beings, they will engage in the practice of celibacy. For 40,000 beings, they will renounce the householder's way of life. For 50,000 beings, they will uphold the dharma, and for 65,000 beings, they will meditate on mindfulness of death. Sardashara, not even the slightest bad karma will occur to that son of the lineage or daughter of the lineage. The wicked Maras will find no opportunity with them. They will never be born in the womb of a mother. Sardashara, those who hear this term, Pariya, no matter where they are born, for 95 countless eons, will not fall into wrong realms. For 8,000 eons, they will retain what they have heard. For 1,000 eons, they will abandon killing. For 99,000 eons, they will abandon telling lies. For 13,000 eons, they will abandon divisive speech. Sardashara, sentient beings who have heard this dharma-paryaya are rare. Then the Bodhisattva, the great being Sardashara, arose, placed his upper robe over one shoulder, set his right knee on the ground, placed his palms together and bowed down to the Blessed One. He said to the Blessed One, Blessed One, how large a mass of bad karma will those who reject this dharma-paryaya produce? The Blessed One said, Sardashara, it is much. This video is presented by BuddhistQuotes.blogspot.sg.